Good morning, YouTube family. It is day 1 of the 6-week shred. I'm about to do my measurements, my before photos. I'm gonna show you guys how I take my measurements. I'm gonna show you guys a physique update. I'm gonna show you guys today's date. It is Monday, November 4th. It's 7 a.m. It is day 1. Let's do these photos. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you the most unflattering lighting. Day 1. Here we go. Painful part isn't over yet. I gotta do my baseline measurements. I'm doing a baseline 360 video because at the end of the 42 days, I'm gonna do a 360 video again. But I'm following the Latin shred. It's one of my specialty shred plans. Again, I am a mesomorph body type. I'm gonna be showing you guys my workouts later today. And on page 16 of my guide, I'm going to go through, page 15 explains how to take your measurements, and I am gonna do just that right now. I'm gonna take all of my measurements and jot them down here in the chart. So if you don't have a measuring tape, these are available on GageGirlTraining.com. They're like $6.99. And this measuring tape you put against your skin, and I'm gonna show you each measurement one at a time before I write it down. I know a lot of you struggle with your measurements. I'm going to show you how I measure myself. And the key with measurements is consistency. You want to make sure you're measuring the same spot. I'm measuring the chest. Now the chest is the area under your armpits, flat across the back, not across the nipples, but it's above that. So you want to make sure that it's like loose, it's not tight. Show you guys here. Do you see how it's across the top? And the thing is, you want to just make sure, I need to adjust here, that you measure in the same spot. So again, over the top. Oh my goodness. So that's where I'm taking my measurement. Right there. The next one's a little bit trickier. I'm doing my arms. So it's a flexed bicep. You want to get it at the largest part of your bicep. Now, this is a little challenging to do on your own, but it is doable. So again, you want to flex and get the largest part of your arm. And for me, it's like right there. So you guys can see that's the arm measurement. Now, the waist measurement. I always measure the smallest part of my waist. Some people do the smallest part of their waist and the belly button. For me, it's easiest to find the smallest part of the waist because it's just the part of your torso that yields the smallest number. So you see it's flat. I am nice and bloated today. Now for the hip measurement. The hip is the part around literally your hips. It is the widest part. So you want to get it. Now sometimes you may need to move it a little bit lower. You want to make sure you're getting the widest part. All right, so that is where I'm measuring it. It's like right there. And that's why these are really helpful. 2 measurements left. We're about to do the thighs and the calves. Now again, thighs is the largest part of your thigh. It tends to be a little bit higher up. All right. Last but not least, the calves. I recommend when you do your calf, you do a flexed calf. But you want the widest part of your calf muscle. You want the biggest number that you can get. All right, got it. Now, convenient for me, my scale's actually broken. But now that I have all the data, now that I'm taking an eyes wide open approach, I'm looking at these measurements and seeing how much work I have to do. I actually want to know my weight now, so I either gotta buy a new, I think I'm gonna buy a new scale, or I might weigh myself at the gym. I think I'm just gonna buy a new scale so I can do it in the morning. But here are my measurements, guys. Guys, I go through it too. Here we are, day 1. These are all my numbers, and I got work to do. So I'm about to do this meal prep. So this is my Gage Life collagen in my coffee. I have this every morning. This has 20 grams of protein, 90 calories. It's 22 grams of hydrolyzed collagen. This just makes me happy. Black coffee's a little strong for me, so I cut it with hot water. It works for me. I don't really have a sweet tooth, but to each their own. So I just posted my 360 video on IGTV this morning. Ooh, that was tough. But gotta put it out there into the world. Now, I typically would jump into my fasted cardio right now, but I gotta get to the grocery store because I didn't go yesterday. So I have my shred, I have my collagen coffee, I'm eating a banana. It's on my meal plan for today, but I got a lot of cooking to do. So I am going to just dive in, get this done, and bring you guys along with me. Okay guys, so this is a holiday shred challenge. And I know it's not Christmas yet, but it is November. And we're about to have a very polarizing video here. There's the people that love Christmas, and there's the people that are like, guys, it's November. Well, I love Christmas. I gotta do this for you. If you love Christmas, you'll understand. Don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need for my own. More than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is I don't want a lot for Christmas. And when I got some serious meal prepping to do, I don't go to Trader Joe's. I don't really go to Whole Foods. I get it done at ShopRite. It's budget friendly. And I got my Latin shred with me, so let's go inside. So it is super convenient to be in the grocery store and already have my grocery list outlined. Now, it's broken down for 1 day, 2 days, or 4 days. I'm gonna be following this for the whole week, so I'm gonna follow the 4-day column, and I'm actually gonna double all of these quantities, but I don't gotta guess. I can just go right down the list of everything that I'm eating, and I'm following menu 1 of the Latin shred. I have this pet peeve with garlic. I love garlic, but I like the ones with like the big bulbs. These right here have the ones with like these like tiny little sacks. These bulbs are so tiny that when I'm trying to chop them up, it's like ridiculous. I need the big bulbed garlic. You ever see like the elephant garlic? Like big bulbs. It's my favorite. Alright, so got all of my ingredients for my Latin shred. I am so excited, guys. I got some cheese, bacon, eggs, ground beef. I'm making Cuban beef picadillo. Got all kinds of fun things, guys. Oh, I cannot wait. Alright guys, so I just got back from the grocery store and it's overwhelming, as you can see. Lots of stuff to sort through, but I'm going to be making my breakfasts fresh every morning. And today I'm starting with the huevos rancheros. So as far as the post-workout goes, I didn't work out yet. It shows my workout as the second meal here. I already had the banana. What I'm going to be doing, you guys, is moving that post-workout till later today. I'm going to eat my breakfast. One thing I am so excited about is the fact that I get to eat. Check this out. I'm shredding. I get to eat whole eggs. I get to eat bacon. I get to eat this is just going to be so awesome. So excited. I'm going to show you guys me making the huevos rancheros, so let's go. So the first thing I did was I cooked this bacon. Now it's already cooked. I set it aside and I'm gonna leave the bacon grease in here. I get to eat these 2 slices and I'm gonna use that bacon grease to crisp up the tortillas. So the next step I'm going to do is I'm working with these black beans, and this is going to be the base of the huevos rancheros. So it's essentially 2 corn tortillas with black beans mashed and spread on the base of it. It's going to have 2 whole eggs. It's going to have feta cheese. It's going to be absolutely delicious. So I already weighed this out. This is 2 ounces of black beans, and I'm going to mash it up with 1 ounce of lime juice. So I'm about to squeeze some lime in here, mash it up. I'm gonna set this bacon aside, and I'm gonna crisp up the tortillas in this bacon grease. I'm gonna set that aside and assemble the breakfast. All right, so I'm taking a lime. I have my 2 ounces of black beans. I'm gonna squeeze it over here. And for those of you who enjoy savory breakfasts, this Latin shred is absolutely incredible for it. The recipes are fun, and of all of the shreds, it actually has the most recipes. So I'm going to just mash this up. So just want to show you guys what it looks like when it's like mashed up. I've been using a tablespoon and just taking it and pressing it against the side. For those of you, you could probably throw this in a food processor, but I don't mind working it by hand. I'm sure there's lots of methods to do so. Now for these huevos rancheros, I'm not going to be like meal prepping them. What that means is I'm just gonna be preparing it fresh as I eat it each day. Now I took these black beans out of this can. I drained the excess liquid out. Now you see I have some left over. I'm gonna be making this for breakfast for the rest of the week. So I'm gonna take the rest of it and I'm going to save it in this Tupperware, and I'm going to pull from this throughout the week. Just make sure I get all of the beans out of there. And I am going to store this in with a lid in the refrigerator. All right, so now it's time to crisp up the tortillas. I have the leftover bacon grease here. I had the skillet on low. I'm gonna turn the temperature up. Now I'm going to have 2 of them, and I'll show you guys a close up of what it looks like. All right, so this is what it's going to look like. Actually, these are ripped. I have this big bag, so I'm actually not going to use these. Sometimes you got to be careful which ones you pick. I got some broken ones, but all right. So I'm going to crisp them up one at a time. So let me show you guys right here. You guys can see, and I'm going to let that crisp up. I'll show you the finished product in a moment. See, it's getting nice and crispy. I already flipped it. Show you the other side. Step 1 is done. I took my corn tortillas, I crisped them up in the bacon grease. Now I'm about to take my black beans mashed in lime juice and spread them on the tortillas. And I tasted this already. It tastes incredible. Right, so I spread the mashed black beans with lime juice. Now I'm about to crack my eggs over it, add my bacon, and add my feta cheese. This right here is why I love my job. I love my life. Look at this breakfast. Look at this. I get to eat this for breakfast every day for the next 2 weeks. Oh, cannot wait. Bon appetit. So whenever you're executing a meal plan, the hardest thing to do, it can just be like, okay, where do I even start? And what I suggest you do, this is the breakfast meal. I'm cooking that fresh. You always want to go through and figure out where the proteins are first. Always, always, always start with the protein. So in this meal plan, the Cuban beef picadillo is repeated at different times. So I'm going to make a big ass batch of Cuban beef picadillo. This plan has an entire recipe section. This is the Cuban beef picadillo. It is absolutely delicious. It's basically like a ground meat, and it has all kinds of really nice flavors to it. Tastes delicious. I actually did this as a demo at one of my Williams-Sonoma events. But we got tons of recipes here. So lots and lots and lots of things that I'm going to be making over the course of my shred journey, guys. So I'm just so excited. It just goes on and on. I mean, guys, it just goes on. So now let's make the Cuban beef picadillo. And again, we're gonna be starting off with the ground beef. So I'm gonna get that going. I'm gonna get that browned, and I'm gonna get it drained, set aside, and then I'm gonna follow the rest of the instructions. Before we're gonna get into some multitasking, so I have a tray here. I'm gonna be cooking my carbs while I'm cooking the picadillo. So I already chopped up some sweet potatoes here. They're gonna get roasted in the oven. I already did the rice in the microwave. So let me get all of this set up and put it in the oven. All right, so I'm about to go in on a big batch cooking session, huge, of the Cuban beef picadillo. I'm making enough for an entire week's worth. Everything left I'm going to freeze. So first step is I'm going to brown and drain all of the meat and then set it all aside before I do the seasoning steps. All right, guys, so it is time. I cooked all of the beef in bulk and sweet potatoes are out of the oven. Now, please note that I am increasing this recipe size. I'm gonna make 3 batches worth right now. Detailed recipe is in the meal plan. I added my olive oil. Now I'm adding garlic. It seems like a lot of garlic, but I've intentionally omitted the onion because I don't like onions. I'm gonna saute this and add all of the other ingredients after I get my garlic nice and browned. Now I'm gonna let this simmer on low for about 20-30 minutes. You don't have to let it simmer that long. I have enough time to let it slow cook. So again, turning it all the way down. I'm gonna put a lid on it. I'm just gonna really let this slow cook because I feel like with tomatoes it really brings out the flavor. But if you're in a hurry, you can just cook this, incorporate the beef and the olives, and then top it with cilantro. But I'm just gonna let it slow cook down because I got some extra time today. All right, so I'm in the last steps. I reduced the tomato sauce, took all of the meat that I cooked, and I multiplied this by a factor of 3. In the last step, I added the olives and the brine, and this is one of the easiest recipes to scale. It freezes so nicely. It tastes incredible. Now, it's essentially done. I'm gonna let it cook just a little bit longer, and now I'm gonna add some cilantro to it. I can top it with some jalapeno, squeeze a lime, but it is just absolutely delicious, full of flavor, and I don't have to add any extra veggies because they're all built into it. So I just need to portion this with my carbs, and that's it, guys. This is in the Latin shred. Again, such an easy, delicious recipe. This is so family friendly too, so you can make a huge batch. Your family can eat off of this. I'm telling you, this does not taste like you are trying to lose body fat whatsoever. Tastes incredible. So here is the finished dish, you guys. It is so fragrant. This tastes absolutely incredible. It's just such a complex flavor to the dish. So savory and delicious. And now I'm gonna portion it out with my meal prep. So this is an example of what one of my meal prep meals would look like. The only ingredient it's missing is the spinach, which I'm going to microwave fresh right before I eat it. Yeah, so that's an idea of what one of the meals looks like. I'm going to prep this out for the rest of the meals. And then I'm gonna get a workout in. So yeah, I got a lot of prepping to do, and well, portioning to do, but just wanted to give you guys an idea. If you want this full meal prep, I will be portioning out my dinner with the sweet potatoes. So you can see that there was a lot of convenience in the fact that I had my one big container here of my meat, but I have my rice, I have my sweet potatoes, and this is gonna be the meal prep for the next 7 days, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be back tomorrow showing you guys more stuff on workouts. So I really wanted to focus today on the meal prep, getting set up and situated. You can even see though, but like I'm getting it set up, the food's cooked, but now it's gotta be portioned. So I'm gonna portion it out, have lots of containers. You guys, it's just so important to get this done. It may feel like it takes long, but it's going to save you so much time, it's gonna save you so much money, and you get to eat food that tastes amazing, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna finish my prep, I'm gonna eat my lunch, do some work, and then get myself to the gym tonight, and I will be showing you guys. Stay tuned, because in my next video, I'm gonna be showing you guys some stuff from my 12-week Mesomorph advanced training plan. So my gym is open until like, I think 11 or 12 tonight, so I'm gonna get there late tonight. Bang out this workout, because I just love my workout time these days, guys. It's so sacred to me. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you again, and good luck on your journey if you are following along with me. If you are doing the journey too, please comment below in the description box. Let me know that you're doing it. If you're on the fence and you just kind of want to get started, grab a meal plan, you guys. Just get in the habit of cooking and preparing your meals. Even if you're not on a perfect caloric deficit, listen, it took me 6 weeks of eating around maintenance calories to just get myself in a good enough flow to be able to handle this now. So it's okay if you're not ready to shred yet. So hope you guys enjoyed. See you later.